Hey, what's up, family? Got a good one as always. We like doing these family videos. We like doing videos, things that you already know, Phil went through anyway. So we were just reinforcing things you've been through, talked about, or sometimes you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Look at it like some form of therapy, if you will. So we're going to title this video, Intimidated by Positive Energy. As crazy as that sounds, think about how a lot of people are intimidated to be around somebody positive. Are you? Are you intimidated by being around someone that's positive? In actuality, you shouldn't be. You should be motivated, inspired to be around someone that's positive. But it's so crazy the world we live in. People will be intimidated by being around you because you're a positive person. You know, for example, you pay your bills on time, you don't drink, you don't smoke, you ain't into the gossiping, you know, you ain't into the materialistic stuff, whatever. You like being supportive and uplifting others. People be bothered by it. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you're doing so good or you're moving up to the next level, and people feel as if they're not as good as you, or feels as if they can't prove that they could be better than you.
Well,
so they're in the same level.
You're right. In actuality, it shouldn't be trying to be as good as you. If anything, you want to be like them, if not better than them, and you use them as a catalyst to say, this is what I want to be like. So you say to yourself, why are people intimidated to be around positive energy?
Exactly.
You know, why would you say people are intimidated? You know what? It's that word that we said we're going to have the word of the day. A simple word. Because of insecurities. The word insecure. When a person is insecure themselves, that's why they're intimidated to be around positive people. And as always, though I love to give you a word of the day, that's the word of the day. It's a simple one. If you look it up, insecurity simply means doubtful, caution, not sure, unconfident. You know what I'm saying? Someone like a little nervous about something. Like, oh, I don't know about this. I don't know about. Let me give you another way to look at it. Now, a lot of people have been through this. You ever notice how you may get family and friends always want you to come to their house, come to their event, come to do whatever they want to do. But these be the same people. You go to their house, spend time with them at their house, go to their events. But then when you invite them to one of your events, they always got these excuses. Oh, well, I'm gonna be, a lot of people love to blame stuff on women. They love to say, oh, my grandmother coming in town. I've said this many times before in other videos. Oh, my grandmother coming in town. Oh, my wife's sick. Oh, my little daughter got a thing going on. I ain't gonna be able to make it. They some way put it on the woman in the family. That way they could say to you, well, he can't understand, man. My grandmother, my mother, my aunt, my daughter, my sister. Always put it on their family, female in the family, some kind of way. Because the truth of the matter is, they intimidated to come to your event because they like, oh man, he be throwing big events, or man, their house is better than my house. Man, they live in a neighborhood better than my neighborhood. Oh, you know what? They got a better job than mine, so I know they're gonna have a better. What?
Well, people come up with a whole bunch of excuses, and that's
of
the main.
Excuses.
It's that's the main excuse that the whole world has. That they think that it fits to them, feels as if they can get away with excuses because they don't want to get involved with people that's higher than them. But that's not even the purpose of
when
being
they
higher.
should, right?
Yeah, on the contrary, they should be happy. They should be asking questions.
Yeah. Because
a person there has a high chance that a person is willing and be happy to help them.
Good point.
And be in the same level.
Because I know me, and I know I speak for you as well. I want to be around positive people. I want to be around people that got a little more than me. Intelligence, finances, physical ability. I want to be, because you know what? The guy that got the better physical ability, he could push me to be better when I go to the gym. The person that got the better finances than me, he could probably encourage me and inspire me to get a little better finances than what I got. Whatever. Whatever they got, they can inspire me. Maybe I'll be that person that got a little more than this person. I love inspiring others to lift them up to what they already had. And if I happen to have a little more than someone else, I love to pick that one up too. See, I have no insecurities with myself where I'm saying, man, I'm a little intimidated by going over this person's house, and they got everything. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Could you imagine if any and every one of y'all out there, you had a super mega rich celebrity, an actual friend that you could reach out and touch, right? And let's say that celebrity bought you all kind of extravagant gifts because they're super rich, right? But now their birthday comes up. That super mega rich celebrity, their birthday. Now remember all the stuff they done for you. When their birthday come up, what you gonna get them for their birthday? You know what an insecure person would say? Well, I ain't gonna get them nothing because they so rich. I don't know. I can't afford to get the stuff that they be having. It doesn't matter that you ain't got their type of money. You know, sometimes the best gifts at all is the gifts that, what you call it, the gifts that don't have a price on them, such as a sentimental gift. But see, people get caught up in that nonsense. They go, oh, he or she is so rich. You know, I ain't want to get them this or get them that because it's gonna be petty if I get, because they so rich. No, see, when you get nothing, it shows that you didn't take the time to think of that person, all because of your insecure self. You know what I'm saying? Watch this. I'm gonna give you another one. I ain't gonna say no names, but there was a buddy of mine years ago, and we all familiar with this one. I'm talking about Joker wants you to come to their house, but they're too insecure to come to your house. Why? Because they're intimidated to be around you because you're a good father, you're a good husband, you're a good wife, you're good to your kids, you live in a nice neighborhood. There's not a competition here. Hopefully I could uplift you, or you could uplift me, or we could uplift each other, or lift someone else up. But anyway, let me get to this point. A buddy of mine, I remember many years ago, we all seen or been through this to some degree. I remember he told me how a friend or family member was throwing an event, right? And they lived an hour away from him. And they invited him to his event. So him and his wife and family, they all went to this family member event. When they went to the event, had a good time, whatever the case. Now, sometime later, this guy was throwing an event. Now remember, it took him an hour to drive to this guy's event. But now, this guy's throwing an event, and he invited this guy. And he asked this guy to come with him and his family to his event. You know what this guy said? Oh man, I can't come, man. Yo, because you live too far, man. That's a long drive. How in the world is that a long drive when it's the exact distance that I had to drive to come to your event? The same distance you have to drive to come to mine. It's called reciprocating respect. I did this for you, so you do this for me. But you know what the real reason they don't come through? Because they're intimidated by the positive energy. Man, this guy's a good father. Him and his wife got stuff together. They ain't the greatest, but they got it together. They went through this and that, but they got it together. They live in a nice neighborhood. They got a nice house. Who knows what kind of situation this guy lives in? But whatever it is, why is you intimidated? And why don't you show that reciprocating respect back? He drove to you. There's no excuse why you can't drive to them.
Exactly. It's just the presence of that person being there that means so much to the other person.
There you go.
You don't have to bring anything that's, you know, that you have to say, oh, I gotta go out of my way to get some things for that person. Just showing yourself that that means that's a lot of significant.
I like that. Your presence alone holds weight. Especially if you're a person of integrity and a person of positive energy. Your presence alone means so much. Remember how we said so many times before, you want to be around people who light up as soon as they see your face. They're like, oh, such and such here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. How many times you threw an event, a party, a game, or whatever, and y'all throwing the ball or whatever, playing the ball, and then all of a sudden, such and such show up on the court, you be like, oh, my boy here now, we about to get it. See, that's what you want. You want that energy. You be like, so this, yo, I know we about, you know, we at the party. All of a sudden, old girl show up, be like, oh, my girl here now. We about to really get it up.
Do you remember that movie we just recently watched? Well, we watched it twice, but it's Black and Blue. Remember the girl that she was raised in the, I hate to say ghetto because it's not,
good.
but
I
it's
like
not,
that.
But she had a good friend of hers, and she, the police girl, the police woman decided
I forgot
that
both their names.
Yeah, but the main character, she decided that she wanted to go forward for her life, be able to do so many things. She had visions, and she was trying to share it with her best friend.
Best friend, like her sister.
But her best friend
chose
felt
to
that
stay.
It didn't have that vision and decided that she wants to stay. But knowing that
And stay where you said, in the ghetto.
Yes.
They want to better her life.
Exactly. So she decided that she wants to stay in the same level, but her best friend decided that she wants to be a police and all that.
But she went to the military.
But
she
she
lost
went
both
to the
her
military,
parents.
yes.
And she went to the military. Only thing she had left was her friend. and she
Right.
wanted her to come. Remember,
She begged her.
I like that,
to know
'cause wait,
because
yeah.
the same dreams that she had, she wanted to be with her best friend as well.
Cause remember, it was a sentimental part. When she seen her, the girl that stayed together, she acted like she didn't know her. Then she came across, she said, "Hey, what, you gonna act like you don't know me?" She said, "I don't know you." She said, "What are you talking about? You don't know me." And then when they had a real serious talk, she finally admitted. She said, "You left me. You left me." And then the girl that went to the military and became a cop, she said, "What are you talking about? I did not leave you." She said, "I begged you. I begged you to come with me. I begged you. And you said no. And so I had to go ahead with my life. I wasn't going to stay here and do nothing, but I begged you." And she realized she was right. She did beg you. And you know what that remind me of by you bringing it up? It's like that old statement that says, and I've been through this myself, rather on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, especially a lot of people on TikTok, y'all definitely know what I'm talking about. Because you know how you post something on Facebook or Instagram, you get this many likes or views, but then you post that same video on TikTok, which now it's around the world, right? And you get this many views. You be like, wow, I post the exact same video on Facebook, or my so-called family and friends, they don't hit up my stuff. I put it on TikTok. I got quadruple views and likes. So it touches on that statement you said, your homegirl, the cop, and the other girl. Like, that statement goes like this. You know why strangers support you more than people you know? Because people you know have a hard time dealing with the fact that they know y'all both came from the same place while they still in the same place. You see what I'm saying? You chose to better yourself. Y'all both came from the same place. But at some point, you chose to elevate yourself while they still probably even demoralize themselves, or they're in the same place. Now, like the cop, she came back to the neighborhood, she bettered herself, and now she see this girl in the same situation, and that girl is pissed. So
Yes.
let me say it without putting an interruption. You know why strangers support you more than people you know? Because people you know have a hard time dealing with the fact that y'all came from the same place while they are still in the same place. You see? And that's what I like you brought that. That was cool.
Yeah.
Because that touched us when we all went with our daughters to see that movie. We was like, yo, she was like, I begged you to come.
But you got that's an example of, you got so many people like that in many different areas of their life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if you actually don't have dreams and you don't realize you can go forward, that you can't get mad at anybody but yourself.
True.
You have to say, I'm gonna find people that they want to grow, that they have visions, and then be able to say, I'm gonna share a little bit of positively, to be able to say, let me go ahead and help somebody, even if I don't have much.
You said positivity?
No, I said positivity.
Okay.
I said positivity. Go back and rewind it.
Okay.
But the thing is that but that is the main thing. If I'm doing good, I would like to help, and I would like to don't take me as like I'm better than you.
Yes.
Don't
No,
take
I agree
that
all
as
the
an
way. And like I said,
opinion.
even if it's someone that may have less, I never look down on no one. When I see somebody that possibly have less, I go, man, I want to help. I want to help lift you up. That's a payment to me. I don't need you to give me back payment. No, for me to put a smile on your face and make your day better than what it was. You know what? I feel like I just got paid as soon as I see that smile on your face. That's payment. It's like this here. Like I said, title of the video, intimidated to be around positive energy. You ever notice, let's take this for example, because I've been through this too. You ever notice weak fathers are intimidated to be around involved fathers, well-involved, positive fathers? Because they looking at the positive involved father. Man, you always with your daughters. Man, you're building them up. Man, you're always with your wife. Man, you're always with your family. Man, I always see you always. You walk around the neighborhood. You're doing the coaching. You're reading to them. Y'all take walks. And then you see them like, man, I never see you with your kids. It's intimidating for them to be around you. It ain't that you're trying to show up. You're just being you. So it's like a leader. Even in war, a leader gets out in front and sets an example. Because if a leader allows everybody else just to be around him, then that just makes him what? part of the crowd. See, so a leader sets an example. He got to get out in front. And once the work is done, then maybe he can step back then and go, okay, now, see, I push y'all to be better. I love uplifting other people. I am never intimidated. I don't care if it was the biggest celebrity in the world. I don't care if you name some. I don't care if they came by here and spent time with me with their fancy money and this and that. Guess what? We can have a great conversation together. We can have a good game of whatever it is. I'm not trying to get in his or her pockets. I hope to see you again. Hey, maybe I could say something to you that might inspire you, even with all your money. But I'm not trying to be an opportunist to take from you. No. That doesn't run in my blood. That does not run in my DNA. To go more deeper, that does not run in my RNA.
Exactly.
We will nucleic acid, for some of you that don't know.
And that's another thing. That you got people that have come up so high that they think they better than anybody around them. And that is the sign that you can intimidate people. By you thinking that you better and you don't need nobody.
Yeah.
That's the type of people now I say you don't want to be around with or just be part of their lives.
Exactly.
You want to be with people that actually want to achieve more and want to help you and want to help you. Yeah, lift you up. That's the kind of people that you want.
People that inspire you,
Exactly.
that lifts you up, and you able to lift somebody else up. Think about it. If I lift this person up, this person lifting me up, look how much we could achieve in unison when we all lift each other up, opposed to, man, I don't want to. Because think about it. Look, watch this. Wow, how many of y'all been through this? See, it might be, remember many years ago, we was over an associate's house, right? Because the reason we went over there, it was their daughter's birthday. We bought their daughter a gift.
Oh, that was your idea.
Yeah,
I wasn't thinking my.
And that's a whole nother story in that too.
I don't
Oh boy, that got on my nerves.
Well, we don't usually go empty-handed
Never.
when we go someplace. But
Parents taught you better than that, right?
but
Never
at
go to
this-
nobody's house empty-handed.
But at this one invitation, the lady said if we can go by because her daughter has a birthday.
So we bought a
and
gift.
so I thought, well, we're just gonna go and take our present. But you had brought up the idea, well, let's get her a quick gift.
Now, that's a whole nother story, because when we got there, I bought the gift, this and that. Meanwhile, she went and gave my wife a hug and left me standing like I'm boo-boo the fool. I'm the one that bought the gift. I'm the one that said the gift. I said, you see how women do? They act like men are expendable all the time. When my wife didn't even come up with the idea to get the gift. But anyway, the point that we make, when we went over their house, right, when we was sitting down, the husband had just came home, and I guess he had just got the mail out the mailbox. And see, when he got the mail out the mailbox, this is how it was. He was sitting on the couch, he was like this. Slammed that bill down. Then the other one, he was like, he was mumbling and we could see him the whole time. And then my wife, her nosy, but she like kind of peeked over his shoulder, and you seen one of the envelopes in big red ink. It said, last notice. See, that'll be the type of final notice. That'll be the type of person that will be intimidated to be around you when you're not trying to show off. But the reason they're intimidated by being around you because they got 14 credit cards, and all of them they maxed out. But the one day that they was over your house, this is how something like that will play out. That same person that one day, let's say she was over your house, right? And the mailman came. And when you say, hey, how you doing to the mailman gave you your 3 pieces of mail, because you didn't get much mail. And then when you open up the mail in front of that lady, right? One of the credit cards was from one of the credit cards. The credit card said, they owe you money because you got a credit. And you open up, you go, oh, you got a credit? You got a credit on your credit card? Oh my, they owe you money? And you're like, yeah, because, I normally overpay my bills. Do you know they will be bothered by that? They should be inspired by that, motivated to pay their bills. But instead, they'd be like, huh. And then let's say your next bill, you open up your electric bill. You open up your electric bill and it's $60. You're like, how you got only $60? Like, my electric bill be $300. See? And then let's say you open up your next credit card bill, right? You open up that and it's only $30. Let's say it's a Home Depot bill. You only owe $30. They say $30 and your monthly payment is $18. You're like, oh, I'm gonna just pay the $30. They be like, oh my gosh, how your Home Depot only my Home Depot was like $4,500. My husband be buying all this stuff, these big tools and stuff. We owe $4,500. See, that same lady will be quick to go over here and talk to somebody else and talk ill about you. And you say, what? Why? You know why? Because in her little insecure, remember that's the word of the day, her insecure mind, she's like, oh, I don't believe, her bills, she opened up her electric bill, it was only $60. What? They must not even cut the electric on in their house. What's wrong with them? They being so cheap. See, anyone that's have a listening ear of negativity. Remember, I said this earlier in one of my other videos. Be wary of the things that come out of your mouth for a listening ear, because some people can't wait to go spread gossip. See, and then she'll be looking at you like, that other bill, you got a credit. She can't wait to tell somebody that's willing to listen and go, she got this BITC is getting credit on her. I don't know what the hell, how she get credit on her stuff. You know how much money I'm behind in debt. And then the one that you had $30 on, your Home Depot, and her, she got $4,500. She like, oh my God, I can't really be around no one like that. Oh my God, she ain't even got bills. Meanwhile, every time she approached the mailman, she says this common thing that all mailmen, mail women know, and that is, as soon as the mailman give them their mail, they say this: "What you brought for me today, David? What you brought for me today, Michelle? Bills, bills, bills. That's all you bring me is bills." And you know what? The mailman be biting his tongue, because what he or she want to say, well, stop putting yourself in so much debt and you won't have bills, okay? You know what I'm saying? But they'll be jealous at you because they be like, oh, she pay all her bills on time. I can't do it. Well, I can't do that. And it's like, yo, you should be motivated, inspired by me. But instead, you so quick to go run your mouth and talk ill about me because I'm responsible. I'm a person that take care of my responsibilities. That makes me a bad person. That's just as stupid as people be like, oh, you don't drink or do alcohol. I can't be around a person that don't drink or don't do alcohol. I don't trust them.
That's ignorant.
How ignorant is that?
That's very ignorant. And it's like you look at people like that with pity.
Mm-hmm.
With pity, and it's like they're only going to deal with their future or whatever. So I'm not even trying to worry.
Now watch
about...
this. I'm gonna piggyback off that.
No,
they only. Well, say that again. You said they only go with what? You say look at them with pity. They only go with other people they see like that. Y'all heard this before. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future.
Mm-hmm.
I heard this other guy that said it. Maybe he was the first that said it. He said, show me your friends, and I'll show you your effing future. How is it that you see your friends and family drinking, drugging all the time, and you see their future? You see them in debt. You see them go through eviction, repossession of the cars. Every 8 months they're in a different apartment or whatever. You see that they go through this stuff, and you see their lifestyle, but yet and still you're doing the same thing. Is you not conscious to realize this is where you're gonna be? Because when you was around someone positive, you were bothered by that. But when you're around the nonsense, you're comfortable. Got to get away from that element of thinking, folks.
Yes, but people like that, they put themselves in so much deep situations and so much that when they realize, like, damn, it's like I can't be with that person. I can't come. Well, a lot of people, unfortunately, they can competing, but it's not about competing. It's about be just like that person. It'll help you in the future, but instead they're looking at you in some kind of way like. I can't be. You're too much. They're intimidated. Too much for me.
Title of it.
And it's not about being too much. Yeah, it's not about intimidation or being insecure or whatever. It's just about you saying, "Damn, I want to be just like that person. Let me just." And it could turn out into something negative to a positive.
And me and you talked about this before. Are you intimidated to go out to dinner with somebody that drinks alcohol? Neither am I.
No.
If they drink, fine. Ain't no problem. As long as we ain't starting no trouble. If they do a little drugs, whatever, I don't want to be around it. But what I'm saying, if they take a little drink, that's their business. As long as they're responsible people, I have no problem with that. So why would they have a problem with the fact that we don't drink? Isn't that crazy? But hey, we're gonna keep it long. We're gonna cut it short. Y'all know what we're talking about. Hey, if you drink and you're a responsible person, hey, take my hat off to you. Remember I told you about a real good friend of mine, my boy Kevin, his father. His father used to drink all the time. I got crazy respect for Mr. Boy. You know why? Because I remember one time he got really more tipsy than he normally do. And you know what he did? He came and knocked on my back window 2, 3 o'clock in the morning from a friend's house and said, hey, Junior, I'm sorry to bother you this late, but you think you could drive me home? That's respect.
Those are the smart ones.
I respect him.
smart
I
ones.
never looked down and say, man, he always drinking. No, I said, see, he got conscious to know I ain't in the right physical or mental state of mind to even think about driving. I know I'm bothering your sleep and I apologize, but I want to do the right thing. Could you drive me home? That made me have even more respect for him. I never looked down on nobody that drink. But I just say, hey, as long as you're being a responsible person, do your thing. If you need me to drive you home, I'll do it. You have fun tonight. That's what you call fun. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Do your thing. But in closing, that's what I would say. Hey, I love uplifting others. I love being around other people that could shed some knowledge on me. I would love it. Shed some financial knowledge. Shed some book knowledge that I ain't read. I love when I hear a different book that I ain't never read and they say, no, you would love this one. You know what I'm saying? Shed any kind of upliftment. I love it. And I love uplifting others. You know, that's what I'm into. You know, that's fulfillment for me. I am definitely not intimidated to be around positive energy. I look forward to that. How about you?
Exactly. Don't be intimidated. Don't fall back on negative way of attitude that is going to only bring you a limit in life. Just try to be more positive and go after the positive attitude. It's going to bring your life a lot easier and much better. And people that truly are in that level is going to enjoy your atmosphere.
And on that note, peace.